Hi guys, I'm here as promised. How are you? Uh-oh. I gotta grab a cleaner real quick. I am trying so hard to factory reset my computer and it just wants to give me restore points. I'm having the hardest time. So that stinks. But I'm here and I'm hoping that people show up so we can do this review because that would be fun. Plus I have news. I always have news. I don't know what this is from. It's an authenticity certificate. I'm not sure what it came off of. I shall set it over here out of our way. Okay, so what I'm going to do while I'm waiting is get this off of here. First of all, I'm taking forever. I know. I'm so sorry. Well, no one's really in here yet, so we're okay. Okay, I am going to light an incense. Oh, I'm not supposed to sing songs or whistle or any of that stuff. I know better. There we go. Okay, we got some incense going. Waiting for people to come in. Oops, knocking my stuff off my shelf. Okay, I'm back. Now, whatever that was that I had to clean up, I got all over my fingers now. So that stinks. Well, I see a couple of people. Say something so I know who's here. Hello, hello. Well, maybe some people aren't coming today, huh? I don't know. Maybe not. We shall wait a few minutes and see. So, I have been working very hard on my little witchy room and I got it mostly set up. I don't have any of my herbs in my jars, but I got the jars on the hutch. They're not organized by any means, but they're unpacked and on there. and most of the room is unpacked. I have a few things left to put in, but I'm very happy with the size of the room because I was able to put a workstation right in the middle, which is just amazing and makes me very happy. I'll be able to do so much more in this room than I was able to do in my last room because it is so big. And that is a good feeling. I don't know what's going on with this little bit. But it's leaking. Anyway, so I got the money altar set up. I got Hecate's altar set up. I've got a healing altar set up. I've got my ancestor altar set up. And outside, I have my, I have an altar set up outside that I put things out under the moon and the sun to charge them and enchant them. I go out every day and work on them. And so my oils that I sell on Etsy, my ointments, my powders, all of that stuff gets taken outside and sits under a full moon cycle, the entire cycle of the moon, not meaning full moon, but the entire complete cycle of the moon and an entire complete cycle of the sun. So everything gets charged, and like I said, I go out daily and enchant. So all of my stuff is definitely magical and ready to go. So I do that on the outside. So I have quite a few altars going at the moment, but I'm enjoying it. And I love that my room is big enough to do that. I do wish I had internet at the moment because it would be easier to do these shows from these lives from or even videos from my computer than it is to do them on the phone, but whatever works at the moment. So I'm happy with that. We live so far out in the sticks, it's really hard to get an internet server out here who's affordable. They charge just insane amounts of money. I had a new system coming in, a new satellite service coming in, and I called them, and they want $150 a month for 50 megabytes. I mean, 50 gigabytes. And I just thought that was just the most insane price I'd ever heard. So we're not getting internet anytime soon. So, and that's okay. If the phone works, it just would be more convenient. You know, we get spoiled. That's all it is. I'm being spoiled. So that would be fun. We're here today to talk about the life coaching, magical life coaching that we did and see how that's going. So I'm waiting for those people to show up. So that's why I'm rambling. Hi, Marge. How you doing, Leanne? It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Did you get to watch back the videos, the lives? I hope you did. And I hope they helped, and I hope you're enjoying it. I really do. I have a little candle on my desk I want to light, so I'm going to do that right quick. So cute, and it smells so good. Yeah, I'm actually using my phone, my gigs, my, what do you call it? 4Gs. That's what I'm using to do videos every time. I thought I had a lighter right here. Give me 1 sec. Sorry about that. It is a lot to catch up on. It is. And they were pretty long lives too. So that's going to smell delicious. So that didn't help. I think I'll light my other candle on my desk. I'm anxious to hear how it's been seeming to work out for people. And I'm anxious to show off my witchy room. So I'm hoping some people show up soon so that we can do all that and then just visit a while and hang out, have some coffee. That's what I'm doing. I'm having coffee. I know it's late in the day, but I just have this habit of drinking coffee all day, so it's what I do. Notice my camera's a little off kilter. It's really hard to do this from a phone, let me tell you. And to see all the comments is hard too, so. But I'm hanging in there. I'm doing it. It's working out okay. It's not been bad. I do hope Michelle and Sonia and, oh, you're going to start over? Okay. I hope Michelle and Sonia and who else? Heather and Kimber Kiss. I hope everybody comes because I'd really love to hear how things are working out for people and if they're using the program at all. Or if they've written their true life letter, that would be neat. If they wanted to come on camera with me and read it, that would be so cool. That would be awesome. I would love that. So I'm hoping we'll see how it turns out. I've been working all day trying to restore my stinking computer to factory reset, and it just wants to give me a restore point. It doesn't want to do it. So since watching, I took apart a calendar and I used that to write daily goals. Oh, Marge, what a great idea. I love that idea. That is a really good idea. I need to get a planner really bad. I need to get, but that's a neat idea. If you don't have a planner, I might just do that. That sounds really, I could see it working maybe even better than a planner because you kind of have it, you get to see it every day. You know, it'd be a thing that you're doing every single day. So that would be cool. I would like that. I think I might do that. What a great idea. That's two really good ideas that have come out of this because I'm totally going blank so that my planner is not filled with stuff I didn't do. Yeah, I totally get that. Jezebel had a suggestion of instead of using a candle or a lantern for your magical item to work by making an incense out of the herbs we talked about and then just using a charcoal. And I thought that was a really good idea too because I didn't even think about it. Ricky, there she is. Hope to see you there. Oh, what I missed. Just popping in. I have to go, but I wanted to thank you. I've written my true life story. Yay. But I need to make dinner and then get ready for our show tonight. Hope to see you there. Okay, Ricky. I'm so excited to hear you did it. I would love to hear how that turned out. Maybe we can talk about it a little tonight on your show, or you can let me know. And how's your pain, real quick, before you leave? With the oil, is that doing you some good? I'm praying that's really working well for you. I'm hoping. Every time I take it, I think of you. Oh, good. At least it's some help, some relief. You know, honestly, the stronger milligrams would probably do you more good, but they do cost more. This one's really efficient as far as price goes. You're so welcome, Ricky. I wish it did more for you. I really do. I wish it did more. But I have my candle going every day, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of Gypsy, Kendra, and I'm always having it lit for those of my family and friends who are having difficulties at this time. I have a pretty good friend that died recently, and her family is going through an immense amount of pain and just trouble getting everything together and doing the funeral and dealing with the death and that kind of thing. So I always have one burning for them as well. So I try to keep that candle going every day. I try to remember. I usually come in the morning and light my candles first thing. So I get them going. But I didn't do that today because I've been so busy. But
I do have that candle going, so we're good there. I love you too, Ricky. Please have a great afternoon. I will do my best to see you tonight. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel guilty feeling so much pain seeing what her family's going through. It's hard, to see them hurting like that, and her kids and her husband. And she was very young. She was around my age, so I think she was actually younger than me. I'm not positive, but yeah, it's pretty harrowing on them. But thank you. I appreciate that, Ricky. So I'm just having coffee. I'm so excited to hear Ricky did the life story because I know how empowering that can be. And that's kind of the big thing that pushes you to move forward. So it's exciting. Jezebel, yay! How you doing, honey? It's so good to see you. Okay, bye, Ricky. Love you. Jezebel, how are you? Did you get to write your true life story yet? I'm so excited to hear if everybody got that going. I know that's the part that's going to really push people to want to reach their goals. So I'm very excited about that. At least it's the part that pushes me. And I try to read it every day or every other day just to keep myself pumped up and motivated. So I have been doing nothing but unpacking and washing things, and it's been insane. Going to storage, picking up a few things, bringing them back, washing and unpacking. It's just gotten redundant, and I'm tired of it, but it's going to keep going for a while, so I might as well just accept it, right? When you have to move with just a pickup and you've got a large storage and two small storage, you can bet you're going to be busy for a while. I don't know what's going on with my hair, but it's tickling me. Too much of it came out of my bun. Definitely has been difficult to do the storage so a little bit at a time. But oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jez. Well, I hope you'll get to it soon, love. I know it'll be really empowering, so I do hope you get to it soon. But don't feel like you have to rush yourself because then you just start feeling like you've let yourself down, and I don't want anyone to feel that way at all, no matter what. No matter what, I don't want anyone to feel that way. That's the worst thing we can do to ourselves is give ourselves a reason to beat us up. So I don't want you feeling pressured at all. So what have you been up to, you guys? What's going on? What's everybody doing? Like I said, I'm unpacking. I'm making powders. I'm making oils in the evening. I got them sitting on my outside altar, soaking up. Go out every day, rain or shine, and enchant, which can be a pain in the rump because it's been raining quite a bit. But you got to do it. You have to keep those things charging and coming full of energy. Otherwise, they don't do what you need them to do. And I don't want anyone to order anything from me that doesn't do what it needs to be doing. So I keep that going for sure, even in the rain. We got some firewood today. I'm really happy about my the landowner here had dropped a tree across the road from us, a big, huge, I mean, huge tree. And he cut us off 6 rounds today to split and use for firewood, which makes me so happy because you guys know how I love to have a fire at night. So I'm extremely happy. However, I will say it has been, for being January, it has been so stinking hot. I'm talking in the mid to high 70s day and night. We've just been smothering, and I'm really contemplating putting that air conditioner in my bedroom because it's so hard to sleep when you're that hot. That's good. That's good, Jezebel. First two goals are on the calendar. One, fix Pinterest boards. When I make the boards, they didn't have sections on. I am revamping all the boards. Oh, neat. That's neat, Leanne. I wrote your boards down. I need to get over there. It's never always warm. We get down in the 20s sometimes, and we average 30s during the winter, but it hasn't been being like that. It's just the last 4 or 5 days it's been pretty warm. Actually, probably the last 2 or 3 days it's been in the 70s. So, which is unusual. It's usually in the 30s to 40s, sometimes 50s, but still, that's still good for a fire. I've been missing out on it. Oh, good goals, Leanne. Those are good goals. I can't wait to check out your board, and I wrote it down. I need to get over there. I've just been so busy unpacking. I haven't had time to do much, but I did get my witchy room together. Would you guys like to see it? I could give you a quick tour. I don't know if I can turn my camera around, but I know I can walk through it. If you'd like to see it, I don't want to bore you. I haven't gotten to watch hardly any videos. I haven't gotten to do much because we've just been, like I said, unpacking so much and washing everything because, you know, when it sits in storage, it's nasty. It's got to be washed. Oh, okay, Jess. Yes, okay, Leanne, I will. Give me just 1 second here. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. I don't know if I can or not. Not going to let me turn the camera. Hang on. Let me see if I can do it this way. Oh, I can. Ta-da! I turned it around. So that's my box I set the camera on. And this is my desk with my money altar. That's my lamp glaring in your face. It's my money altar. And this is just my desk. So I'll show you when you come in the room. I'll start at the door. Oh, and that's some stuff I have behind the door just hanging. But I'll give you a tour from the door. So this is the basics of it. I get to have a workstation right in the middle of the room, which I love. So I can do all my oils and powders and everything there. I have a small bookcase here to hold extra shipping supplies and that kind of thing. My Hecate altar, my healing altar, all my oils, my essential oil. That is just a storage place with my oils and ointments and powders in the cupboard behind it. And then I have my stone collection and all my bottles of liquids that I use. Oops, trying to get past the little chair here. Okay, that's my little heater because it does get cold sometimes. Like I said, it's been not cold lately, but it was for a while. This is my sea altar there. This is all my tarot cards and oracle cards. And this is very full of a lot of stones that I use for healing. I have stones on every shelf, and I use a lot of stones for healing. Let me close this up. And then my herbal, oh, there she is, Victoria in all her glory. And then this is my herbal hutch, which is not in any order and is a mess. And then my computer. And it's set up. And then my ancestor altar with junk on the front, but the ancestor altar is right there. Let me get a little closer. My family, my mother-in-law. And then comes the closet. And just stuff piling up, and then we're back to the desk. So that's how we do that. I hope you guys got to see it all. I hope this worked real well. So let me set you back here, fix the camera. Done. To see that money altar better. Oh, okay. One sec. Let me fix that again. Camera facing back. Let me turn the light on so you can see better. I have the light off because it makes a glare on the ceiling. So give me just one sec. Okay. This is my money altar. I have a money salt. This is full of herbs and some coins and dollars. These are all my frogs everywhere. My frog here, which is also my house ward. And I got a little one here. And some fake money and stones. And then my candle and my bell, which I ring every day to bring in money. I have some runes over here, and then all the coins that I've placed over the years, and a little elephant that just represents ancestry and my ancestors to me, because it was collected by people that I love. And so that's my money altar. Let me turn this back. Okay, let me get the door shut here so we're not hearing all the outside noise going on. My son-in-law is off today, and he's a doll because he's cleaning my kitchen. Isn't that sweet? Okay. I have to turn that light off or you guys will be blinded. Because the camera likes to aim at the ceiling. And then I'll catch up on chat right quick. Thank you. So organized. Thank you. Thank you, Jezebel. Thank you, Leanne. Altars according to directions or something else. Honestly, I face them just according to the money altar faces the door always because you want the money coming in. But the you can't even see me. There we go. But the other altars that I have, I just kind of place where I can put them. Hi Trish, welcome. He is a keeper. Yeah, I just kind of place them where I can fit them. I used to always go by direction, but I found it really didn't make much difference for me, so I don't do that anymore. Yeah. Yes, we had a working room tour. I love the center island and that I have this entire workspace, because it used to be that I had to use a tray to do everything. This is an antique table. I should have shown you. It folds out on both ends. Let me see if you can see it here. It's not in great shape, but it's very sturdy. And this lifts up so that it makes it a very large workspace. I hope you can see that. And the other side lifts up too, but I just lift this one up and do whatever work I need to do. And then underneath, of course, I have my, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I have my kettle that I melt my stuff in depending on what I need. And my hot plate. I have a double hot plate down there that I use, melting the wax and ointments and that kind of stuff. Yes, it's so nice to see you, Trish. I'm glad you joined us. Thank you. So I'm really happy with the room. I'm happy with the workspace I have. I'm very trying not to beat myself up for not putting my herbs away yet and setting up my hutch, because it's such a mess right now. I couldn't find anything if I wanted to, so there's nothing in there. Yes, I agree, Jez. I think it gets everything, and I get my ancestors, I get Hecate, I get the healing place, I get the money altar, and I can work on anything there. And it's so comfortable too. My chair will scoot up if I want to sit, but I've got plenty of room to work around it and stand. And it's just a really nice sized room, much bigger than my last witchy room when we lived in California. So I really, really am excited and I love it. And I get to do a lot more in here as far as space wise. I'm just sick of pulling herbs out of bags, and I've got to get off my tushy and get my thinking hutch set up, because pulling the herbs out of the bags is just become it's detouring me from doing magic, and I need to get that fixed because I don't like to feel like I can't do what I want to do, like I'm limited, and I don't like feeling that. So I've got to get that done, and I'm hoping to do that this evening, so that it's not so hard. The cool thing is I don't have to pile a bunch of herbal jars on a tray and then switch them out halfway. I've got this big workspace to put everything on, so it's just gonna rock. Just gonna rock. I love that I have a witchy room again in my home, and I don't have to go to a storage unit to use it. I was very, I was really overwhelmed when I did the witchy unit at the storage unit, when I got that mostly set up, and then we got the house that gave me a witchy room. I was so upset because I had to repack everything and start over, but it was all right. It was worth it. I'm very happy. So it was a good deal. Excuse me. Oh, Trish, I totally understand. My last room was a decent size. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. It was a decent size, but it was nowhere near as roomy as this. So I just didn't have the room to do much. And it was hard to have a workstation at all. And so now I'm really lucky. I'm very lucky. Our house is just enormous. And I don't know if I've said this, but he rented it when he put the ad up. He rented it as a 2-bedroom because he didn't want a whole lot of people in here. And when we came out to look, we realized it was actually a 4-bedroom. And he explained to us that he didn't want to have a huge amount of people. So he just advertised it as a 2-bedroom. But we were happy as all heck because it is perfect. We're going to set up so my husband and I have a bedroom. My son-in-law and my daughter have a bedroom. And then I have a witchy room. And the other one we're going to set up as a healing room. And I'm going to do crystals, Reiki, life coaching, crystal healing, Reiki, life coaching, drumming, healing, drum healing, and all of that, tuning forks and all of that out of that room. So it's going to be perfect. I am so much happier. I really am, Trish. I'm so relaxed having my own space again. It was really difficult. Not that living with my son was terrible or anything, but it was very difficult to not have an area for me. I'm so used to it. I've had a witchy room for so many years that it's just really hard to, go somewhere where you don't have a space, and then having to make it outside and the storming and that kind of thing. A lot of my oil bottles got messed up, and I should have brought them in and out, but I didn't. And so, lesson learned. You learn. You have a divination altar set up. And if I had the space, I would have a pet altar. Oh, that would be nice. I have my herbs all set up. Still, I mostly use the same 5: lavender, cinnamon, cardamom, valerian, and black pepper. Oh, nice, Jez. That's very nice. I am so herbal, such an herbal fanatic. I probably have, I don't know, 200 or 300 jars, and all of them have a use. Every one of them have an herb that go in them. And I just got 2 new herbs. The Angelica jar I had was little because I had just a little, but I ordered a pound this time. So I have to get another jar for the Angelica, and I ordered a pound of juniper berries. So I have to get another jar for those. So I've got a lot of stuff. And oh, that's nice, Leanne. That's nice. That would be nice because I could see it being usable out. But I will be honest with you. I'm not in the closet by any means, and I don't hide who I am. But we live in Texas. It's the Bible Belt, and we have my landlord, the landowner, comes to the house quite often, and I don't want him to feel uncomfortable about me. So I don't advertise that I'm a witch or that I'm a apothecary or any of that. I just close my door and keep it private. I'm afraid if I moved altars out into the living space, which I'd love to have my money altar by the front door, but um, I just don't want to make him nervous. And he does come quite often because he's still working on the house here and there. So I think maybe once he's done coming over a lot, I will probably place the money altar by the front door and maybe have the ancestor altar in the other room. And then I could have a workspace in the kitchen as well. But I don't know that I'll need it, honestly, now that I have this nice large table in here. So not, I won't necessarily do that. I don't know exactly know, but I do like to have altars around the house. Healing altars, and a pet altar would be really nice. And um, I just like to have my witchiness throughout the house. And so that would be really cool. But I don't, again, want to make him feel uncomfortable or like he's made a mistake or something like that. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jez. No, I don't think so either. But if they asked me what it was, I'd have to say it's an altar to bring in, or it's a, I don't know how I'd explain it, but I would come up with something. I'm sure I could come up with something. I was in the closet for 30 years. I didn't have a lot of things, but I'm out. So I have much stuff. Yes, I honestly have never been in the closet. I've always been pretty open about who I am and what I believe and what I do. Um, my family was pretty much witches. They didn't necessarily call themselves that, and they probably didn't even realize that's exactly what they were. But we've always had a practice in our house of some sort, like, superstitions, that kind of thing. Um, my mother practiced magic without even realizing it. Later, she accepted that she was a witch later in life and bought a lot of books and set up altars and worked with stones later in life. But in the beginning, they didn't call it, was just folk life. They just, my grandmother doused rods and healed animals and healed people and was a preacher because she felt that her healing ability must be a gift from God. And so she was very into the church and built churches and traveled. And her and my grandfather built many churches and traveled. They did tent revivals, um, the whole 9 yards, my grandparents. But she was also a snake charmer. She was a Pentecostal reverend, so she was a snake charmer. She did dowsing for people for water, or whether the land was good land or not good land, soil, whether the soil was good or not. So my family has always been very magical. So I have just always been who I am and out of the closet. It's just easier. I'm glad that it was like that for me. Not mine. They were Southern Baptist. Yeah. See, now mine were Pentecostal, but they were still witches, whether they realized it or not. And I don't think my grandmother ever grasped that. But my mother most definitely did. And her and I had had many conversations about how the family had been probably witches for many years and just didn't understand the terms of it, but did witchy stuff. My grandmother swore and put crystals on the end of her dowsing rod. She swore by crystals and their energy, that type of thing. And so they were always they were always witches. They just didn't always uh, call themselves that or know that. Oh, that's terrible, Trish. I'm so sorry to hear that. That had to be hard. It was the same for my husband. He borrowed a set of tarot cards once from a friend of his, and his father found them and burned them in the fireplace, and they weren't even his. And so it was very much a sin in his childhood and in his world to be into that in any way, shape, or form. So, it wasn't until uh, honestly, I don't think it was until he met me that he opened up to the fact that he was very much a heathen and very much believed in Odin and the way of Vikings and the have 'em all. And, when he really started delving into it, it was after he had met me and realized that I was just kind of weird, and he loved me anyway. I've been after him lately. He talked about maybe doing a YouTube channel about being the husband of a witch. And I thought that would be such a great channel. People would love to see that. And so I've been after him, pestering him to do that, but he wants to wait till we have internet, not have to do it over his phone. But he is contemplating. He has not agreed, but he is contemplating it. And I think that would be just a great YouTube channel, being the husband of a witch and talking about, things from his perspective. Oh my goodness, Trish, that was very strict home. That'd be very hard for me, I think. I'm just so spiritually oriented. I mean, I was forced to go to church when I was a child, because my grandparents were reverends. So I was forced to go to church, but um, I guess I really didn't have a hard time believing in God ever, because I never thought of God as this harming person. I always thought of God as love and kindness. And when my dilemma came with the Bible was when I was a teenager, and we were not a teenager, probably. I was more like 11 or 12. And that's when I kind of started delving into my own spirituality, because they were doing a story about the ark, and that, God had drowned the population because they weren't doing as he wanted them to do. Specifically, well, no need to get specific, but because he wasn't pleased with the way people were being, he drowned the earth and only saved this handful of people, and uh, two of each species of animal, and sent them on an ark while he drowned the rest of the world. And I could not swallow that as a child. I could not. My God was a loving God. My God cared about his people, worked with his people, did for his people. And when that came up, and we got really deep into it at around 11, maybe 10, but somewhere in that age bracket, I went, I can't do this. Yeah, exactly, Trish. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, Leanne, I think that's a great idea too. I think a lot of husbands, oh my gosh, yes, Jess, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Would like a channel like that. Yeah, the crazy women folk, exactly. My husband has called me the crazy rock lady since we got together, because I collect so many rocks, and I have rocks. I didn't even show you all of them. I just showed you one shelf of a lot of my healing stones, but I have rocks outside. I have a huge crystal rose quartz. It's probably, I don't know that I can get it in the camera, probably this big around. On the front door, at the front door, I have a stool with a big moss agate on it, and that is my negativity stone. It stays outside, and when people come in the house, they rub it. It drops the negativity into the stone, drops their worries and all of that stuff into the stone, and then the stone gets cleansed by the moon and the sun all year round, and the rain. So it's always a clean stone. It's always ready to absorb whatever's coming into the house. And so I have that one, and it's pretty big. It's about, I can't get it in the camera. It's about that tall, about that wide, and it sits out there. And then I just have tons of other rocks, large stones, jasper and carnelian, and just tons. Ah, Trish, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. And yeah, me too, Jess. I am a crazy witch lady. I really am, and I get really into my witchiness. I do practice most every day, and it is like a big part of my life, and I actually take time out of whatever needs to be done to do that. So I could be considered that. Yeah, Trish, any stone will do that. Any stone will soak up negativity. I wish I had a huge chunk of tourmaline. I would love to have that out there because it is one that just doesn't soak up the well, they all give you something back, but it doesn't just soak up the negativity. It gives you positivity back, and it gives you strength and courage and that type of thing. Or even a sodalite, which is another stone that gives you not a sodalite, a blue lace agate gives you the ability to speak what you need to speak. It gives you strength. It gives you courage. It gives you positivity. That's another good stone to have at your door. But any stone will do that for you. Any stone whatsoever. So anytime you are out and about and you find a big stone, just set that puppy up and it'll do it for you. It really will. Yeah, I do. Would you guys like to see it? I can take you out there. It's a beautiful stone, and I really got it super cheap. The huge rose quartz that I have, I got for $5 out of someone's yard. He was having a yard sale, and I said, do you want to sell that stone? And he said, yes. Crazy witch folk. Hi, buddy. How you doing? That's my buddy, guys. um, I asked him if he'd be interested in selling that stone, and he said, sure, you got $5. And so I got this huge rose quartz out of it. It's just gorgeous. Got a stone at the front door and a sigil under the mat to keep the home clear. Very cool, Jez. That's very cool. You'd love to see it? I'll take you out and show you right quick. Betty, so nice to see you in here. I love you. Yeah, I'll take you out and show you. It's really beautiful, and it does its job very well. So we are outside now, and here's the stone. Let me back up. I can't tell if you can see it or not. Yeah, there it is. There it is, sitting on its stool. Let me get you closer. It's a beautiful stone. It's very smooth and a pleasure to touch. It feels, well, it's been touched so often you can see not so much by this door, but me. I've always been loving on this stone. And then the front side here is cut. So it's just this beautiful mossy show. And then this side is cut as well. I hope you can see it. It's hard when the camera's not facing out. But yeah, that's it. That's my stone. There you go, Rosie. She wanted outside. Hi, Jen. How you doing, honey? It's good to see you. And Otis. Yes, sweet Otis. Yeah, it really is such a neat stone, Jez. It works so well, too. I just love it. Ooh, bump the desk. Okay, here we go. We're back. Yes, and it's so smooth, and it feels so good to touch it that I've touched it so much I've got oil all over it. The whole top of it is darker color than the rest of it because I used to have it inside my other witchy room, and I would just rub it all the time. It's just so comforting. So, what has everyone been up to? Jen, what are you doing? What are you up to? Yeah, yeah, Leanne, you can see where I've rubbed that thing raw. The big crystal I haven't brought yet, but I'm going to put it out by the gate. I think for two reasons, so that it kind of cleanses the majority of the property first of all, and second of all, so that it stops the fence, the gate from opening too far, because I don't want to break my. Oh, thank you, Jen. I love you so much, darling. I don't get to go live nearly as much as I'd like, but it's good to be able to. And when I get done unpacking, I'll get to go to other people's lives finally. It's just this move, has just been insane. And like I said, we're using a pickup to bring stuff from storage. So we just got a load, and it's constantly unpacking. That's what we're doing, constant unpacking. It's just wearing me thin, but we do what we got to do. I'm so glad you're well. I hear you have a love in your life, and I was very happy to hear that, darling. I love you so much, and I love to hear that you're happy and things are going well for you. I don't get to visit anybody anymore, and that just drives me crazy. I try really hard, but I always run out of time. And by the time that I get the notification, because my phone is never with me, I'm unpacking. And by the time I get the notification that someone went live, they're already done. And it's like I got to watch it back, and then I'm thinking I don't have time, and so it's been nuts. Oh wow, Jen, how nice! That all sounds so interesting. I would love to see that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to make some time to go visit lives and go watch back things because yes, Jez, moving takes forever. It's especially when you're moving with a pickup and you've got everything that's been in storage for 7 months and 8 months. And so everything has to be cleaned at the same time. It's just yeah, the herbs and the paint is amazing. That's an amazing idea. I think that's an amazing idea. I wish I had done that with Augustus, my book that I made. I am making a new book, like Augustus, but much smaller. Um, and people may not think it's such a good idea. I don't know how people are going to take it, but I'm making a book of cursing. Um, Cursing, binding, hexing, that type of thing, just a negative. Okay, I will, Jen. I will. I would love to Skype you. I miss you so much. Hi, Miss Cece. It's neat to have Jen here, isn't it? I love it when she visits me. I'm definitely gonna Skype you, Jen, because I miss you. I miss you, and I want to talk with you and visit with you and all that good stuff. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Definitely, probably this evening if you're free. Um, yeah, I got distracted. I don't know what I was saying, but whatever. It evidently wasn't nearly as important as I thought it was. Yeah, it is, Jez. It's almost like Christmas every day. I agree, Trish. I do. That's what I was talking about. The cursing book that I'm making. It's not big. It's very small. It's probably only about that thick. Of course, once I do the papers and paint and all that stuff, it'll probably be that thick, but it won't be anywhere like Augustus, who is huge. Um, but I just would like to have a place that's separate from my spell book, I guess is the way to say it. Augustus is my spell book. He's where I put all my spells. So I'd like to have a grimoire of some sort separate that is for cursing and hexing and binding and exercising and exorcism and that type of thing. So yes, I'm definitely going to do that. And then, of course, it's just getting time to do anything because, like I said, all I'm doing is I'm just a weirdo, but glad you think it's fun to be live together. I wish I could invite you. I wish I knew how to do that. Let me see if I can. Would you come, Jen, if I could figure that out? Oh, guests. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Dagnabbit General. No, that's not it either. Somehow you can post a link, but oh, invite. I think I just did it. Not right now. Okay. Well, there's a link up there anyway, so it's okay if you can't, Jen. I get it. I know how that is. You're in the middle of stuff and you just drop in to say hi. I agree. Let's do that. I would love to have a live with you again. We did that before and it was so fun. I would love to do that again. We want to see you in PJs. Oh, that was great, Leanne. We want to see you in PJs, Jen. Oh, that's great. Oh, I come on in my PJs. Lord, I come on in my robe. I've done videos just looking haggard and just woke up out of bed, but I just am like, they know me. They know me, so let them see it all. Whatever. No, but I've been really excited about the prospects of what this house is going to look like when we finally get it done and get to decorate and not just, unpack. But God, it's like you don't realize how much stuff you have until it's all coming in. And literally half of my living room, which I showed you guys how big that living room is. Okay, I wouldn't say half, but a third of that living room is boxes and bins. And a good quarter of my dining room is boxes and bins, which I'm sure you saw when we went out. Oh no, when I opened the door with the camera turned around to show you the room, I'm sure you saw all those boxes. It's just insane. And granted, half of them are empty, but there's still boxes everywhere nonetheless. And we're going to have to break them down and figure out a way to get out of them. To get rid of them. Some of them we're taking into storage with us because some of the boxes in storage aren't so well. So I agree, Leanne. We're going to have to do that. I totally agree. I'm ready to do that, Jen. Anytime you want to schedule. Yay! I'm in my gym jams too. I didn't personally. My son-in-law pushed a bunch of rounds of lumber. They're probably this thick and just gigantic around from the tree they cut down across the street. So my landowner that did that is gave us 6 of those huge rounds for our fire pit. So I'm so excited to get the splitter from my son so we can get some wood for the fireplace, the fire pit outside. I love having fires. Exactly, Jez. That's exactly what it is. I didn't know if anyone would understand Jim Jams. Yeah, it is hard to live in a constant state of mess, which is why I worked so quickly on my witchy room because I needed a place that I could escape to that was in order. That's why it's so organized and so, you know, ready to work in anytime because I needed that escape. It's been so long since I had it that that had to be number one. It just had to be. So I got that pretty well done. I know I'm missing some jars. I've got a bunch down here and a bunch in the hutch, but I know I'm still missing some because this shelf used to be full. And they both used to be full, and I've got plenty of space left. So I know I'm missing some jars. So we haven't gotten all those boxes yet, but sounds perfect. Sounds perfect, Jen. I thought I made that up. Leanne says that's cute. I think that's great. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. for me and noon for you. I think it's great. I'd love to. Yes, let's mark it down. I'd love to do that. Oh, British TV. Okay. That makes sense. My sister used to call it that for her kids. Go get your Jim Jams on. Oh, phone is going to die, and my charger is broken. So we have just a few minutes left. Oh, yum. Hot dog. So happy. I'm so happy, Jen. I'm going to talk to you tonight too. I'm going to, if you're available, I'll Skype with you tonight. We can set up details and just catch up because I miss you. I miss you. We used to talk so much and we haven't talked in so long. It's just terrible. I don't mean to neglect people. I really don't. It's just been a busy, 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 busy 8 months. It's been insane, honestly, but it's finally calming down. I'm finally getting to do lives again and some videos here and there. So it's getting better. It's getting better. I like that it's finally easing up. Sounds great, Jen. Sounds great. I can't wait. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have to call it quits. My phone is gonna die, and my charger is broken. I'm supposed to get a new one this evening, so hopefully that will be great. Yes, I would love that, Jen. I will totally get a hold of you tonight. Um, so guys, have a blessed day. Thank you for letting me know about your magical life coaching journey and keep me informed. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. Remember, you're all divine, sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you with all my heart. And I will talk to you quite soon. We really do, Jen. I totally agree. We really, really need to catch up. It's been too long. But I will talk to you all very soon. Please have a great, blessed day and week and weekend, which is coming up. Yes, Leanne, Tale of Two Witches. Yes, ma'am. Tomorrow at 2. All right, you guys. Have a great day. Know that I love you. Miss Cece, thank you for coming. It was so good to see you. You guys take care of you, and I will see you very soon. And I love you, and I miss you. And see you soon, guys. Bye.